Hey everyone, it's Bumper here. Welcome back to the channel. So we're on episode 3 already of my weekly update about what's coming out on Blu-ray and 4K on Monday in the UK. As usual, we'll touch up on some of the foreign releases as well. And we'll also do a Blu-ray segment separately. So we'll talk about the 4Ks today first. Okay, it's a very quiet week in the UK, which is bliss really, because I've spent so much money recently. The only 4K that's out in the UK tomorrow is the Avengers Assemble Mondo Steelbook exclusive to Zavvi. Okay, I'm not collecting those, as I said before, so I imagine if you are, you've already pre-ordered it. Avengers Assemble probably is my favourite of all the Marvel movies, so I would like to get it on 4K at some point, but I just won't be getting it released on Monday. Okay, so that's it for the UK. So got my notes by here, so we're going to move on to the US. In the US, there's a 4K release of Looper. I think that's already had a UK release, but I got a feeling it was a Zavvi exclusive, so you might not be able to get it in the shops. I could be wrong, but if you want to get that for your collection, then you can order it off Amazon.us, and that's the science fiction film with Bruce Willis and gosh, I can't think what his name is, but I got a picture of it by here anyway. So Gordon Joseph Levitt, that's it. Okay, so also in America on 4K, The Howling is getting a release, but again, I think that's already had a UK release on Studio Canal, so it'll be cheaper for you to buy it in the UK. All right then, moving on to Italy. They've got a film out. It looks like it's some sort of Italian exclusive. It looks like some sort of superhero movie. It's called Freaks Out. You can get an exclusive steelbook and a 4K. I haven't heard of this movie. It's going to be subtitled, but like I said, it's got a superhero vibe about it. There's a guy that looks like Chewbacca on the poster. So if you want to grab that one, then you can. And that's on Amazon.Italy. Okay, and then moving on then to France. There's a release of the 90s thriller Sex, Lies and Videotapes. Okay, I always remember that from the VHS store when I was younger. I always remember seeing the cover. It's a Steven Soderbergh film with James Spader. This haven't had a UK release yet, or a US, I don't think, so this would look nice in your collection. So if you want to get that, you can get it from Amazon in France, and that's Sex, Lies and Videotapes. Okay. And also in France, there's another movie called Eiffel. It looks like some sort of romantic drama, I assume. Again, I think that's got 2 releases, a steelbook and a standard. It's probably a French made film. It looks all right. I suppose the artwork's quite nice on it. So if you want to get that, again, you can get it off Amazon France. Okay, and then just moving on to Germany, there's only the one release. It's Escape from New York. I think we've already had that, haven't we, by Studio Canal, but it's a digibook, so the digibooks are always great, probably going to be worth money in the future, and you've got 2 covers to choose from. Okay, so that's Escape from New York with Kurt Russell, the John Carpenter movie, obviously. All right then, so that's it for the 4Ks. Like I said, a bit of a slow one, nothing too exciting, so we'll move on to the Blu-ray. Okay then, so we're going to move on to the DVDs and Blu-rays. Well, just Blu-rays really, there's no DVDs, is there? But yeah, we'll move on to the Blu-rays. There's quite a lot again to get through, so if you're only interested in the 4Ks, you can just turn the video off now. But there are a couple of Blu-rays that you might be interested in, so especially horror ones, so you might want to just stick with me just for now. Okay, so we won't waste no time on Father Brown or The Green Planet. There's some hentai, anime stuff there, so we're not going to be too worried about that. It's Howl's Moving Castle. That's a Studio Ghibli release, so that's pretty decent. I think it's had a few releases though, so you know, you could check that out if you wanted to. I'll bring your attention to this one. Okay, this is by 101 Films. I think they've got a subsidiary label called, I don't know if you pronounce it AGFA or it's just AGFA. I haven't heard of these films, Jungle Trap and Run Coyote Run. So they'll be out tomorrow. So you're getting 2 films, so a bit more bang for your buck. They're rated 15, so they can't be anything too crazy, like horror. I think they say more like action films, but I really just don't know. I haven't heard of the directors or the cast. So, yeah, you can grab that if you want. I know they've done a recent film called Effects that was on this label. Mondo Chalavec Movies bought it. He said it was decent, so he might know a bit more about this release. So maybe keep an eye on his video if you're interested. Okay, so there's a Boris Karloff collection there, movies he done with Columbia. There's quite a lot of movies on there. We'll have a quick butchers. Yeah, so you got The Black Room, The Man They Could Not Hang, The Man with 9 Lives, Before I Hang, The Devil Commands, The Boogeyman Will Get You. It's released by Eureka, okay, so that should be out tomorrow if that's your thing. If you like a bit of Boris. There's something there, The Lovers from 1973. Let's just see who it's released by. So that's come out by Network. I'm not really too familiar with those. I don't recognise that film. It looks British. Crack on if that's your thing, but it's not something I'd be interested in. This is a good one, the McPherson tapes. Okay, this is one of the first ever found footage horror movies. This is from 101 and AGFA. I'm sure it must be that, not AGFA. AGFA wouldn't make sense, would it? It's only on for 66 minutes, but it's about a kid's birthday party that they're filming, this family, and then there's alien invasion thing that goes on. It's really worth a watch if you like alien films. I can't watch that one, The Fourth Kind, things like that. Fire in the Sky. And like I said, this is one of the first found footage movies as well. So there's a little bit of cinema history that you're soaking up. So yeah, I am quite interested in this one. And there's not a lot of 4Ks out, so I could be going to HMV to grab this tomorrow. I'll see how it goes. Okay, so moving on then, there's just some anime there. The story of film, A New Generation, doesn't look my scene, and then some more anime. Okay, so it looks like we're done there with UK Blu-ray releases, so we'll move on to America now. Okay, there's always loads of stuff out in the States, so bear with me and we'll try and spot pick a couple of good things. The first one then, 200 Cigarettes, I think that's a Paramount release. Paramount seem to be releasing lots of their back catalogue again. I haven't seen this film, but the title rings a bell. I think it's got a pretty good cast, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Ben Affleck, Dave Chappelle, Casey Affleck, Kate Hudson. So that's a comedy, I imagine, coming-of-age comedy. Could be worth a crack. Yeah, don't think I'll be ordering that from America myself, but definitely keep an eye out to watch it at some point. Just remember that these American releases, when they're Blu-ray, they are Region 1, so you would need a Region 1 player. There's something there, Angel Eyes from '93, a TV series called Berserk. Can't say I've heard of that. Maybe it's animated. There's some anime there. There's a new movie there, Cosmic Dawn. I noticed that on a couple of streaming sites. That's an alien movie again. It's more like a cult alien movie, though. I think it's about a woman who was part of an alien cult when she was younger, and she escaped, but she goes back Francis or something. Could be worth a watch if you're into those cult movies. We got Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. That's another Paramount back catalogue release. I'm not going to click into that because that film's terrible. Looks like we might have a Kino Lorber here. Let's have a little look. Looks like something Kino would release. Yeah, Kino Lorber, Damaged Lives. Okay, I'm not familiar with this film myself, but you know, again, if you want to take a look, you can. Some Doctor Who there, some Dragon Ball Z. There's the Eternals, we got that last week. Here's another Paramount one, I think, Euro Trip. I'm not familiar with this film. I remember Road Trip with Breckin Meyer, that was funny, but I don't remember Euro Trip. So if you like your teen comedies like American Pie, could be worth a watch. I'm looking at the cast, I can't really see. Oh, it says Matt Damon's in it, so there we go. Got a little bit of star quality. The Final Option, I think that's a Kino Lorber release. Again, it's not a film I've heard of because it's boutique. We'll give it a little look. 1982, looks like some sort of sci-fi, is it maybe, or action? Let's have a little look. So it's about terrorists taking over the American ambassador's home in London. So an action film. Could be okay. Gang, that's something from 2019. I think that's Asian, maybe Korean. Then there's Ghost Riders. We've talked about that before on this show. I didn't realise, but you can get a UK release of that anyway. I think it's on 101, or it could be 88. There's a Hey Arnold movie. The boy with the head shaped like the rugby ball. The Howling 4K. We will have a quick look at this, although you can get it in the UK. I think it's an Arrow release or a Studio Canal. So this is by Shout Factory / Screen Factory. So this would be nice, but you may as well save yourself a bit of money and buy it from Amazon UK or in HMV or whatever. Okay, this is one that I haven't seen in a long while. I always remember this artwork from the VHS rental store days. In Dreams, another Paramount Pictures release. I think this is Annette Bening, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Annette Bening, Aidan Quinn, Stephen Rea, Robert Downey Jr. So yeah, directed by Neil Jordan. He's a good director. Actually, he did Company of Wolves. That's a good film. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in this. Again, I'm not sure I'm going to buy a physical copy because by the time you order it from America, you know, it can bump the cost up a bit, but I'll certainly be keeping an eye out for it now. Is you know, in my mind, I'll have a look on some streaming services and stuff. So that's In Dreams. Then there's a movie with Richard Gere, Intersection. I think it's a bit of a Fatal Attraction type thriller. We won't click into that one. I assume it's Paramount presents again. Kids in the Hall, Brain Candy. I think we've talked about that one before. Maybe it got delayed. Lipstick, I think this is by Shout Factory. This is an old comedy, I think, 1976. Not a film I'm wholly familiar with, although I have heard about it. It's got Chris Sarandon in it. So yeah, if you like that, then you can get yourself a tidy version. Looper 4K, I'm pretty sure that's already had a UK release. My bad anyway, we're not talking about the 4Ks on this bit. Love Affair, that's a Criterion movie. Again, not a movie I'm familiar with. It's from 1939, but if you like your stuff mega old school, I'm sure it'll look fantastic in black and white on a modern day TV. Mogul Mowgli's got one of my favourite actors in, Riz Ahmed. That film's been out on streaming services, I think, so you may have already seen it or come across it. We won't worry about that one. Monday, that's got Sebastian Stan. That looks some sort of romantic drama. That's fairly new, so again, we won't bother looking into it. I don't know whether it'll get a UK release. We'll go into this one because we love a bit of Bronson. This is Murphy's Law. So this is a Kino Lorber release. This is one I'd be interested in. This is a good film, Murphy's Law. I love all the Bronson stuff anyway, even the not so great stuff. I could watch Death Wish 5 all day if the truth's known, but yeah, again, this is one I might have a little look at because it's not too expensive a month for 4Ks this month, so I could catch up on some Blu-ray releases, so I'll have a little look at that one, Murphy's Law. Alright, then we got some anime, we won't worry about that. I remember this film from when I was younger, 1995, Nick of Time, because I used to be a real big fan of Johnny Depp, and I used to try and collect all his movies, and some of them were hard to get in the 90s. And this was one of them. So this is a Paramount Pictures release. I have seen it. It was a long time ago. I can't remember much about it. I haven't got such a thing with Johnny Depp anymore. I think he sold himself out a little bit in the end. But yeah, you know, if you are a fan and you want to check this out, then there it is from Paramount Pictures. Settlers, that's a new sci-fi movie. I'm not going to get too into that one. You can probably get it on streaming services and stuff. I don't think it's that great. This is one that I remember from the early noughties. I think this has got the kid in from Dawson's Creek. This is a trilogy. You can get them on a single release as well, but we may as well just look at the trilogy. It's from Mill Creek. Joshua Jackson, I think his name is. Yeah, Joshua Jackson, Claire Kramer, not sure who that is. So these were like high school horror thriller type movies. I think the Skulls, it was like a name of a prestigious group in a expensive school or something. Again, if you want to check that, you can. Slayer, that's a Korean movie. We won't look at that. Spontaneous, this is a great movie from the year 2000. If you haven't seen that, that's really worth checking out. But again, you could probably find it on a streaming service. Three Musketeers, this is looking like something like a Kino Lorber or Shout Factory. Actually, it's Warner Archive Collection, so that's nice. I haven't seen this version, but I like the story, so yeah, that could be worth checking out if you want to take it back to the old school. This is an Arrow release in America. This may have had a UK release already, I'm not sure. This is Versus. This looks like some sort of samurai movie, Japanese movie. I'm just seeing if we can see a year anywhere. Saying 2022 on this, so it looks like it might be a new movie. Oh, it says 2000 there actually, so probably out in 2000 originally, then a 2022 re-release for Arrow. So yeah, that'll probably be good. Then we just got some more anime. Okay, so we're just about done with America. There was a couple of things on the different European countries, so we're going to move on to those, but there's not too much more to go. Bear with me. Okay, there was nothing really in Italy to worth talking about. There was Cat People, but that's already had a UK release. So this movie I have found in Spain. No, this hasn't had a UK Blu-ray release. So this could be worth picking up if you like your animated movies. I remember this one from a kid, from being a kid. It's All Dogs Go to Heaven. Okay, so this is something I'm looking at. It's got an English DTS HD Master Audio. It's got nice artwork on the cover. So yeah, this is something that I am actually interested in. I'd like to sit down with my kids and watch this, although I've tried that with other films from the era, like was it Five All Goes West and the one before it, American Story or American Tale, Secrets and Nim, and they haven't really been into them, I've got to be honest. But yeah, we might give that a go. So I can't see anything else in Spain, but yeah, All Dogs Go to Heaven, that could be okay. So let's move on now. Okay, so there's not a lot I recognise from France, but this caught my eye here, okay? This is only for the extreme horror fans, okay? I know Unearthed in America released this, so you know it's messed up. This is Evil Dead Trap 1 and 2 Digipack, okay? Like I said, these are extreme horror films. They are Japanese, I think, or Korean. Japanese, I'm pretty sure. And they are kind of torture porn, but they're really heavy. I've only seen the first one, and that's pretty bad. So like I said, only watch this if you're into your extreme horror. But as far as a digibook goes and a set, it's really nice. There are some of the like sort of nice looking artwork pieces, but I don't think they're anything too decent really. We covered the 4Ks of Sex, Lies and Videotape. And we'll have a quick look at this one, because this looks a little bit... thing is a digipack. It doesn't give an English translation of the title, so I really don't know what this film is, but could be worth a check out. Okay, so that's France then. Let's have a little look at Germany now, because Germany are usually pretty good. Okay, there's not much happening in Germany on the general releases. There's a lot of anime stuff coming out on their release day, the 17th. There is Wayne's World, but obviously we've already had that in the UK, so there's no point covering that. They have a couple of different release days by the look, because this is the 18th. Okay, so there's one movie here, Broadcast Signal Intrusion is the proper title, but it's Broadcast Signal Incident by the looks for Germany. This probably has got English audio. It does say to be announced, so maybe keep an eye on that. But this is a good horror film if you're into your sort of video nasty eras and your sort of rabbit hole mystery horrors. I have seen this film. It's good. So that's that one. Okay. I noticed this one from 1979. Looks like some sort of horror comedy. Love at First Bite. It's got your English master audio. So if you're into that, then, you know, worth checking out. The artwork's quite nice. Then I noticed this one here from 1982. It says this is a digibook. It's called Deadly Eyes or Night Eyes. Looks like it's got 2 titles. Say it's again with the audio to be announced, so you'd have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, it looks quite good if you're into your old school horrors. Okay, then this one I wanted to point out. Okay, this is not out till the 20th, but this has got amazing artwork. I'm sure this is going to have a 4K release sooner rather than later. But this is a digibook of The Sixth Sense. Now, I'm really liking this artwork. It looks major. It's got your English audio. It says you can pre-order it on Amazon. Probably would sell out really quick. These look like they're like the padded ones. I can sort of see the line there in the spine, like the Nightmare on Elm Street ones that my man Keith put me onto, which are just absolutely amazing. These will be worth some bunts in the future as well. The artwork's crazy on this. This is due out on the 20th, so if you are interested, which I certainly am, you know, you're going to have to keep an eye on Amazon.de, I guess, to get your hands on it. But yeah, it looks lovely. And that's about it then. Okay, so thanks for watching. It's Bumper here. Always a pleasure. And I'll catch you next week now for some more top releases. Bye-bye.